Hello again. I had a situation where I have a Hunter ceiling fan, and it has one of the older 4-position 4-wire switches inside, and I was having difficulty locating a replacement switch. As you can see, the chain is broken out of this switch. Actually, it's my sister's fan, but still the switch needed to be replaced. And so I got looking at it, and since I didn't have anything else to lose, I decided to take the switch out of here and see if I could repair it. Now, you'll see here there's a wire nut. This wire nut needs to come off, and there's a black power wire right here, and that needs to be cut. And make sure you cut it far enough away from the switch and in an area where you can get a new wire nut, and there's enough room where you can strip the wires. Here you see I've got the switch out and laying on the kitchen table. Here's the capacitor. Here's the upper portion of the switch and what I call the lower portion of the switch, and of course you see the chain is broken. And quite frankly, unless the capacitor has died, the only thing that can really go wrong with this switch is the chain breaking, and I think that's the majority of the problems. Okay, so what I discovered is there are 2 ears right here, and if you take a screwdriver and carefully release them from this upper portion of the switch, it'll separate, and you can work on this lower section here. Now, the one thing I discovered, and hopefully it'll save you problems, as you work to get this upper portion, or I'm sorry, this cover right here out of this switch, be careful because it's under spring tension, and if you just pop that out of there, you'll wind up with a bunch of pieces in your hand, and you won't know how to put it back together. So keep your thumb on the top of this little silver section here, what looks like silver, and carefully pry that up, and so you'll be able to see how to put this thing back together. Again, here's that wire, the black wire that's cut, and the gray wire that I just removed the wire nut from. So there's another quick peek, and we'll go on to the next slide. Okay, here's the switch disassembled. Of course, here's the new chain that's been installed, and it really wasn't difficult to do this. Like I say, you can save yourself a lot of trouble if you carefully remove this switch cover so you can see how things are put back together. It took me probably 10 or 15 minutes to figure out how to get these spring ears back in the right position, but other than that, it was pretty straightforward. And the position of this device right here, as you pull on the chain, rotates and goes into the different positions, you know, high speed, mid-range, low speed, and then off. It makes no difference where this goes back in because it just rotates around and around as you pull the chain. There are a couple there's a clip right here that the chain fits into, and you'll just need to carefully separate that clip a little bit so you can get the old chain off and the new chain back in. And more than likely the old chain will have broken right about here. Okay, that's where it was broken on this one here. Other than that, you just reassemble this back in here, and you'll have to hold it together a little bit with your fingers, and then put the cover back on it. There's only one way it can go in, and pretty straightforward, and save you the aggravation and problems of trying to find. I hope this has helped you, and have a nice day.